gone yet.
We're looking dark.
Hello, hello. I think we should pull this over a bit.
Ciao!
I'm just worried I won't get you both in.
Ciao, Bella. There, Derek, how's that?
That's fine.
That's better. Was it green pepper, red pepper, or tomato?
Pepper.
Pepper.
I don't know who Angel Harry was with.
Anthony...
Hopkins?
No. He was on I'm a Celebrity. He's like got reddish, strawberry blonde hair.
Anthony.
Is it? I can't
No.
remember.
Bella, Bella, Bella.
So we've got 5 people so far. And I think maybe if you just...
Good afternoon, everybody. We're just waiting on the IT team getting themselves sorted out. To be perfectly honest, they're a bit slow.
So Lynn,
I think it's the age aspect of them, but we'll get there.
It's a good job we've got a couple of professionals here, Derek. You and I. Anthony Worrell Thompson.
Oh, that's the man, Anthony Worrell Thompson.
Dream team. Right, who've we got?
He's a wee fat man, wasn't he?
Yeah, and he always kicked it off. Hi, Lorna. There's Roger. Hi, Roger.
Is Roger on? Lynn is on.
Oh, no. God help everyone. We've got 11 viewers. Italian again this week. Spaghetti Bolognese.
When the moon hits the sky like a big pizza pie, that's amore. But we're not cooking pizza, we're doing spag bol.
I was singing in French earlier.
Spag bol. Is spag bol?
Is it French?
Is it Italian? It's not French. Or is this an American?
Is it Italian?
Derek will inform us later. Right, let's get started, Derek.
Let's get started.
Spaghetti Bolognese this week. Woo, family favourite, everybody loves it. So if you picked up one of our recipe bags, you would have got some lovely lean beef mince from McCurdy's in Port Seaton, so thank you, McCurdy's. So we've got just over 200 grams of that. We've got some red lentils. Hopefully you've soaked these for at least an hour beforehand, so they soften up. We've got a red pepper. You can have any pepper of choice. Derek's got yellow. You need a courgette, carrot, some garlic cloves, an onion of any colour again. In your little spice mix you'll have paprika and some mixed herbs. Oh,
Having a little trouble with the sound.
alright. And we've got a beef oxo cube, some chopped tomatoes, and then some black pepper for seasoning, and obviously your spaghetti. And we've also got this, how do you say it? Worcester sauce. Worcester sauce, that's optional, and we've also got tomato puree, which just brings a bit of flavour to it. So the first thing we're going to do is turn on a large saucepan. You want it over a medium heat, about 600, and then we're going to add a tablespoon of oil, 2 tablespoons of oil, just to heat up.
Bella.
So we're just letting that heat up a little bit. Once it's heated up, we're going to add in the mince to brown. So while we're waiting, we can chop our onions into little pieces. I'm going to dice mine. So just remember, keep the root on the bottom, it keeps it all together. It makes it a little easier to cut. You can cut your top off. That means you've got your nice flat surface. Put in the flat surface straight through the root, and then peel off any of the layers that you don't need. Has anybody wrote in who we got with?
So we have Brooke, we have Cherie, we have Lynn, we have Roger,
Roger.
we have Angie, we've got Lorna, we've got Jonathan.
Penny Pit team in full swing.
We're all here.
So I'm just dicing my onion into small bits.
So Carrie and Derek, question, carbohydrates, why are they important in your diet?
Have you got any ideas there?
Why are carbohydrates important in your diet, Derek?
It gives you, I think it gives you muscle building, does it not? Or does
No.
it do, does it help you?
It does give you something.
What does it give you?
Energy.
Energy.
Yeah. So carbohydrates would be things
Was
like,
that why athletes have a carbohydrate diet?
yeah, they would do. We would have quite a lot of carbohydrates and proteins. So carbohydrates would be things like pasta,
Yes.
bread, things like that. So carbohydrates are one of the three main macronutrients. So you have fats, proteins, carbohydrates, and carbohydrates would be the main source that our bodies use for energy. That's what our brain likes because it's automatically turned into glucose, which goes into our brain. So just once your pan's hot, add in your mince. You're going to fry that off until it starts going brown. And you can also get two types of carbohydrates. So you get simple and complex.
Haha. Tell me the difference, Carrie.
Complex would have, I think they're more polysaccharides, which is just a branched chain. So complex would be whole grains as well, so whole grain bread, cereals. These would be better for us because they're higher in fibre and they're slower released in the body. But the main source of carbohydrates is energy. That's what our body wants it for.
So what are you using today that's carbohydrates?
Spaghetti Bolognese.
The pasta.
The pasta, yeah. So we've just got white pasta, but if you wanted to increase your fibre, you could get whole grain pasta.
What percentage of your diet should be carbohydrate? Daily? Daily?
Daily at least 30%, I think.
And what kind of things would you be eating if you were looking at your daily diet? What kind of things would you start off with in terms of breakfast, lunch and city dinner? How could you achieve that?
Well, some kind of granola in the morning, some kind of oats or something like that.
Oats are a great
Oats are a good source of carbohydrate and
complex.
also they're complex, yes.
They're complex, so oats are really great for carbohydrates and especially fibre. They have something in them called soluble fibre, so you know whenever you cook it, it goes sort of gloopy. But this is something that our guts absolutely love. That's why oats are really good. Plus it takes them quite a while to get broken down. It's a slow energy release, so it means you feel fuller for longer. You can have whole grain toast as well. Bagels.
Can you name some breakfast cereals for children that would be good for carbohydrates to start the day?
Weetabix.
Shreddies?
Shreddies are good for you.
One thing I would mention about cereals whenever you're looking at them is just looking at the sugar content. There's a lot of added sugar to cereals. We would recommend using the traffic light system, so you've got the green, yellow and the red. In the sugar section, try and look below 5 grams. This would be the better option. Plus the breakfast cereals, you can add fruits, so you can add your berries, bananas, so it's a great way to get one of your 5 a day as well. So once your mince is browned, mine's nearly there.
Yeah.
I'm going to go ahead and add our onion in. And then stir that for a couple of minutes, just letting it cook. And then we will prep the rest of our vegetables. So it might seem quite unusual that we're adding a courgette and a carrot, but it's vegetable that you can add in. Plus we grate it so you can't really see it. So just cutting off the top of the carrot and then grating it. I'm not going to peel it. Keeping the skin on it just adds fibre. Adds a bit more fibre to your diet. This is Anna. Anna! Come on, that's a big Parmesan cheese.
I said you've only got 2 graters. Which
No,
one
there's
do
loads in there. The big one. Very good. Just going to grate it. Just keep an eye on your mince and your onions.
Charlene's joining us. She's running a wee bit late, but she's saying she'll catch
in
up.
the grate?
Hi, Charlene. Is that a bit better?
Yeah.
That's a bit better. Quite big carrots. So carrots, Derek, can you remember what vitamin carrots have in them?
C.
They do have C, but there's another one.
A.
Yes, done.
I'm learning every week.
I know. And what's vitamin A good for? What organ?
Oh, well, it's good for your sight, for one.
There you go. Well
And I
done.
think it's probably good for your blood.
Blood, skin. Definitely your sight. That's why they say carrots help you see in the dark.
I would recommend to people to continue to have a healthy diet, because I came down with what is called Helicobacter pylori.
Wow, that's
What's
fancy.
It is something that you have too much good things in your stomach. You know what's that bacteria you get in your stomach?
Yeah.
I had too much good bacteria and it upsets the balance
Yeah.
and it actually gives you a lot of wind.
That's one thing that really
I've
interests me
noticed.
is the gut and the bacteria in it. So our guts feed off non-starch polysaccharides,
Yeah.
so that's would be the fibre. So obviously you need a balance of good bacteria and bad bacteria. So things that like make you pass wind a lot, they're things that our guts love, because that's eating it and breaking it down, and it's just byproduct of wind.
Well, I simply had too much.
And how did you balance it?
Pills from the doctor.
Right. So once you've grated your carrot and your courgette, just add that straight into your pan with your onion and your mince. You might think this is quite a lot, but because there's quite a lot of water in carrot and courgette, it breaks down quite a lot. Adding vegetables like this as well really bulks the meal out.
And Carrie, can you use this base for other recipes?
Yeah, definitely. What I would do at home would be to have 2 separate pans. The bolognese itself you could turn into like a lasagna, or you could make just like a pasta bake with it, or else you can split the mince and add kidney beans, a little bit of chili powder, some cumin, and then you've got yourself a chili. It's quite a versatile dish.
Well, you onto your pepper already.
Yep, so once you've
I'm slacking behind today.
Oh, that's fine. So once you've added your courgette and your carrot, just going to slice up your pepper. I'm going to do mine into little chunks. Although I think I might do half the pepper. This is quite a lot. They are quite big peppers.
Now, does anybody know, can any of the people online tell us the origins of spaghetti bolognese?
Ooh, good question. Anna thought it was French. I'm going to say possibly Italian, but then it's been Americanized or something, maybe.
Anybody answering, Ruth?
Not yet. I would have a guess that it's European, but probably Americanized.
I'm sticking with French.
Certainly the
Imagine you were right.
certainly the sauce is Italian.
Yes, the word bolognese is Italian for the word ragu, which is basically a tomato sauce. And ragu or bolognese has been around since basically the 18th century. And the thoughts are that, believe it or not, with the name of bolognese, that spaghetti bolognese came from Bologna, which is in Italy.
Yes.
But historically, they tell us that not far from Bologna was a place called Imola, which is famous for the Formula One, Imola racing.
Right.
But they reckon that is where spaghetti bolognese originated, was from Imola in Italy.
So it's 100% Italian.
Yes. It's got nothing to do with France, got nothing to do with
American.
Americanised.
Okay, it's Italian.
It's definitely Italian.
Have you ever been to Italy, Derek?
Oh yes.
A lot
I've
of
been to
times?
Italy.
I'm jealous.
I have been to the Amalfi Coast twice.
Nice.
I've been to Sorrento. I've been to Sicily.
That's the one.
Sorrento is a beautiful city. Beautiful.
It sounds.
Oh,
I've
it's
always wanted to go to Italy.
lovely.
I've only been to Rome, but I always see like photos of Italy and like Florida and stuff.
I've been to Rome as well. I went to
It's good to visit it.
the Vatican.
And
I'd like to go to Florence.
Yeah.
Florence would be nice.
I'd
Yeah.
love
What's
to
the
go
one
to
in the
Milan.
water?
The water.
Is that
That's
Sicily?
Sicily.
Sicily.
Sicily's the wee island, though. It's not Italy.
The one in the water.
The one in the water.
So this is Tracy has said bon pomeriggio. Pomeriggio.
Bon
Pomeriggio.
pomeriggio.
Oh yes.
Pomeriggio.
I've heard of that.
Bon pom.
Bon, is that a good day or
Bon?
good?
No.
Let's right, okay.
That's good afternoon in
Is it-
Italian.
Who
Isn't
is it?
Is it bon? Sorry.
Right, go
you're
for
right.
it. You better
Is it not good
translate
afternoon?
Google.
Is it not good afternoon in Italian?
I'll say hi as that's press and pans for hello.
Bon.
so once you have chopped your pepper, just add it straight into the mince, and then I'm gonna go in with my garlic. It takes quite a while to do the pepper.
It does mean good afternoon. Sorry, Ruth. You're right.
Derek?
You're right. I thought bon was like
I only know ciao, ciao bella.
ciao bella.
Ciao bella.
Ciao bella.
And
The garlic bread.
Grazie, prego.
Grazie, prego.
Tagliatelle.
Well, vente and grande. Is that not in
Allegro.
sizes?
Allegro.
My
That's
son,
a bit of music for you.
my son's girlfriend, my son in London's girlfriend, is Sicilian.
Oh wow.
Has she cooked for you?
Not for me, no, but
No.
she's cooked for Scott.
Uh-huh.
But she's back in Italy at the moment. Left I think last week. To spend 2 weeks in isolation so that she can be there for her father's 60th birthday.
No,
Which I thought was bella.
Bella.
Bella. Happy birthday.
Now you see, Carrie, you've done it again to me this week, right?
What?
You've got red pepper and I've got yellow pepper. Now the red pepper looks absolutely stunning. The yellow pepper, no.
No. Derek's a no.
I think that.
Well, Gavin.
Derek's a fan of the aesthetic of a dish.
Yes.
You like a
yes.
good
I like
aesthetic.
a good aesthetic.
And I sympathise with that.
Another question. What veggie alternatives is there to mince? And how could we make this bolognese vegetarian?
Well, you could use corn,
Yeah, you could.
corn mince.
Mhm.
You
That
could.
would be 100% vegetarian.
You could also just bulk out your veggies. So add another few different veggies, some mushrooms. We're also adding lentils to ours. You can substitute the mince for extra lentils.
See, I thought a lentil was something that left in a building site. I mean, lentil.
Oh, he's not gonna let us.
Lentil or a lentil?
That sounds exactly the same as how I'm saying it.
Lentil. No, a lentil.
Lentils.
So just a quick one on the vegetarian, because obviously if we're vegetarian we want to try and increase our iron intake,
Yes.
and lentils are high in iron. What other colours of lentils can we use? Because we traditionally just really use orange lentils.
There's various colours. There's definitely green lentils being written to that for sure.
You could actually,
There's black lentils.
you could actually use split pea.
Ooh, that's
Yeah.
a good idea because they break down, don't they?
Yeah.
Break down very well,
So
and they're good for you.
yeah.
Black eyed peas.
Black eyed peas.
That's a real thing, isn't it? Like a food.
Yeah.
That is.
We've got Sarah's on as well, Sarah Smith. Hi Sarah, and Jackie's on, Jackie Lawson.
The Jackie.
We're up to 19 viewers.
Woohoo! I hope everybody managed to get a recipe pack. I know the ones in press and pans all went away. So we're just adding our garlic. Everything's softened up a good bit. Giving it a good stir, letting all the
And
flavours come out.
well, Carrie's carrying on with her nutritional value, okay? I would just like to say that although the fish cakes were a bit of a disaster for me last week, right? The important thing of me coming here with all you ladies in cooking is you must always have fun when you're cooking.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's all about having fun.
Absolutely.
It's all about trial and error, and I think a lot of people won't cook because they don't have enough confidence. So I think seeing me and Derek even struggle over, certain recipes. I mean, the first time you might be rubbish at it, but the second time you've learned what goes well and what doesn't, so you'll be able to try it again.
And the other thing I was going to say is it's the fun part about it is that I always get the bad side of everything. Now you see this garlic press I'm using here, okay? It's square, okay? And when you press garlic into a square thing, it doesn't bring all the garlic out. It leaves the skin inside, okay?
Don't worry, you can burn mine.
But once you use Carrie's one, the cylindrical one, it works perfect.
Derek must think we purposely
I'm not
plan
picking-
how
I'm
we're
not-
going to sabotage his food.
I'm not picking favourites when I'm giving out equipment, Derek, okay?
She is secretly
Oh,
in
there's
there.
nice. Steps on.
Nice, Sarah. Okay, so we're just adding in our lentils.
Oh, let them look at it.
Hopefully you've soaked them a little bit. If you haven't, to your bolognese, you'll probably need to cook it for longer and add in water regularly to soften them up. Just add in your lentils.
Derek, you're quite intrigued to see how the lentils turn out in the bolognese, aren't
I
you?
am indeed, because I've never heard of lentils being in a bolognese before.
It's
But
quite-
again, it's all about the nutritional value of these. That's the object, isn't it, Carrie?
Lentils are high in protein. They're a good source of iron as well. So it's just good to get all that in. Next we're going to add in our spices. So this is just paprika and some herbs. We're going to add in a good bit of black pepper. Have you got black pepper?
No, I don't have black pepper. I can borrow some of yours. My helper's not very helpful at times.
I'm going to add in the tomato puree,
You put that.
the Worcester sauce. Worcester sauce?
Worcester sauce?
Worcestershire.
You can use Lee and Perrins if you wish,
Yep.
but it gives it a big kick.
Why, Janet?
Why?
The Lee and Perrins.
Mhm.
I've no idea. I need to Google it, but I think the Worcester sauce is a bit more kind of palatable, if you like, than
Okay.
Lee and Perrins.
Is that more like peppery or is it?
The Lee and Perrins is normally what you put in vodka with tomato juice.
Oh,
that's
Bloody
like
Mary.
Bloody Mary.
Like
Yeah.
Tabasco.
Tabasco, yes, Tabasco sauce, Bloody Mary.
So I've just added in the chopped tomatoes as well. You might think it's quite unusual, we're adding in all these different elements, but these are all different things that you can use to flavour it rather than using salt or sugar. So it's just good to add it in. Finally, I'm just getting some water.
This is baked beans.
Is it?
Oh my goodness.
Panic.
Just put some water into the tin, it just rinses off the rest of the tomato, adding it into your bolognese. Might need to add a bit more water because the lentils will soak it up. And then finally your beef stock cube. Did you know you're supposed to crush these in the packet?
Really?
Yeah, like
Yeah.
I always make my hands smell like beef by accident because I crush it outside the packet.
crush it in the packet.
See,
Dion saying hi.
Hi Dion.
Say she can watch it from the beginning.
Is that a beef stock sheet?
It is, it's beef oxo cube.
How would she do that?
So I have just added everything in. Next I'm going to bring it to the boil. Try and get those lentils nice and soft. I'm going to go grab us some lids.
Maybe she's straight to the finishes.
I'll go and wash my hands because I seem to have a lot of
Oxo
cube.
Alright, no worries, Derek. Are you washing? Oh, you're washing.
Merci.
Did you say you're welcome? Did you say you're welcome?
Thanks.
Yeah. Je les welcome.
It's a bit steamy in here.
It won't let you in a moment.
Thank you.
That's Trisha on. Want to say hi to Trisha and also.
Hi, Trisha.
Let's see who else.
So I've just put the lid on it. That'll help soften the vegetables and keep it nice and moist. And we will just, I'm going to tidy my station a little bit. You know your pot's like, it's like somebody's.
Oh, Derek thought he was getting a high five, Carrie.
We can high elbow. Have you got any more questions, Ruth?
We're just a happy Easter from VCell.
Thank
We're
you.
saying thanks to everybody and thanks so much for all that we do with our recipe packs, and it's greatly appreciated by Foreside and families in Walliford, so thanks very much for that, guys. We've got Dion who's watching it back. She started a wee bit later, but she was able to watch it back. Trisha's going to watch it back as well because she's a wee bit late. I said she can catch up. And we have a little something that I'll keep towards the end, Carrie.
Oh.
Ooh.
Oh, that sounds interesting.
That
Yeah.
sounds interesting. Does anybody know any tricks on how to measure pasta per person?
Oh,
Because
What?
this is a life challenge that everybody needs to know. Sorry, I'll just interrupt you once. What I heard was like your index finger is one person's worth or something.
you know the scoops that you get that have the holes in the middle? The ones that you use to lift pasta, you know the little hole that's in the middle of them? I heard
Yeah.
that the amount that can fit in that is enough for one person.
What do you think, Derek?
That's what I
That
heard.
seems a lot. I would say that's some people.
Lorna says that she's excited to make a gluten-free version of the pasta, of the spaghetti bolognese soon.
Oh, great.
So we've got some gluten-free alternatives circling around.
You can let us know how it is.
That,
Everything.
that to me is for two people.
Two people.
And that's your thumb and your index finger, approximately.
Yeah.
But
So
what I always do, I always err on the high side. So I would take that and then take another 10 strands.
if you were serving two people.
Yeah.
So like maybe like a prosecco glass is perfect.
When you think how nutritional pasta is,
Yeah.
and you also think how non-expensive it is, then always err on the good side and have too much.
Yeah. The good thing about this meal is it is really nutritionally balanced. So we would always recommend trying to have carbohydrates, vegetables and a protein on every meal that you have.
Yeah.
So in this you've got your vegetables, obviously your peppers, courgettes, carrots. You've got your protein, so your mince and your lentils, and then you've got your carbohydrates. Plus if you add a little bit of cheese to the top, which everybody loves, then that is your dairy. You're adding a little bit of dairy, a little bit of fat. So it is a really well balanced dish. How do you cook your spaghetti?
Spaghetti.
Do you just throw it in or do you usually
So
put oil?
I use some olive oil in the pan,
Right.
and I
What does
split
that
my
do?
spaghetti in half.
I've heard people doing that, so they put the oil in the pan, that would just stop it sticking together.
I see, because the starch.
Yeah.
But
Just a tiny
apparently,
oil.
if you put oil in your pasta, sometimes the sauce struggles to stick to it. But then is that why you put a bit of pasta water in your sauce?
Well, the pasta would release starch, so that would sort of thicken the sauce. I'm not going to add oil to mine, but I am a burger. How do you eat your pasta, Derek? Do you twist?
Oh, I use a spoon and a fork.
Do you? See, sometimes I'll do that, other times I'll just scoop it, like Lady in the Tramp.
Jacqueline Lawson has told us that you can pop the spaghetti into the top of a plastic water bottle, and that's like one portion round the bottleneck, I think.
Wow.
Oh, that's interesting.
That's a good idea. So for our pasta, we've just brought a pan of boiling water to the boil. We're going to simmer it for about 8 to 10 minutes. Just keeping an eye on your bolognese in case it needs a little bit more water if you think it's getting too dry. That's alright.
That's fine.
Yeah.
These lentils are cooking out well.
You sort of want them to disintegrate. Well, I like a wee bit of bite in mine, but not overly. Right, Anna, let's see the prosecco.
I know, that's the next thing.
Got a visitor. If you're using whole grain pasta, it does take a little bit longer to cook. That's just the added fibre in it. It takes a bit longer to break down, but
Do you ever use butter in your pasta, Carrie?
I've never tried it. After you cook it?
Once you've cooked it, drain it, put an olive butter on top, just not a lot, and some sprinkling of parsley, and then shake it in the colander, and it all mixes in. Shove it on the plate, and then you've got a nice looking pasta dish.
I know
Is it
people that just
soggy?
eat butter and cheese in their pasta.
My mum, whenever she drains her pasta, she'll put a little bit of olive oil,
Uh-huh.
half a squeeze of lemon juice, and then
Yes.
black pepper.
Oh, lovely.
That just really brings out the flavour, I feel, as well. Just like simple things like this, rather than, adding salt and stuff. Little ideas like this will bring out the flavour of foods. Burning. How we got on, Anna? Who else have we got?
We have after. No, we've just got Jacqueline talking about the plastic water bottle and just some stuff we'll leave to the end, I think.
So you're chanting, I feel like they're trying to sabotage us there.
Leave something today. Lorna was agreeing with me about the whole hole in the ladle thing.
That's
So
good.
I'm backed up by a nutritionist, so
Okay,
it must be true.
Good.
And it's just a reminder for people to send in photos of their final results because we love to see how everybody gets on. Love
Yeah.
to see
Did you
some.
have many of the fish cakes last week, Mary?
I'm not too sure. I think we're all mesmerised by yours. I'll need to ask Jonathan if he got any messages.
Yeah, on that note, today we shared a video of all the photographs and little clips of Derek and I in the cook along. This has been 9 weeks. Is this our 9th week?
I think this could be 10.
10th week, so this is our 10th week. So, Derek, you can have a look out for it. If you want to go and check it out, it's got like all the feedback. A lot of people don't realise, but we've actually went worldwide, Derek. We've got viewers
Did we?
from Canada.
Oh, excellent.
We've got viewers from Canada. So it's just great to see all your feedback in one place and see all your photos and how much everyone's loving it. It's quite hard to believe that we started this in January because everybody was feeling a bit of the January blues, the new lockdown restrictions, things like that. So that's sort of why we decided to put it in place. And it's just good to have something to look forward to every week and learning different healthy meals to cook, especially if you're sort of stuck in a rut of cooking the same things. And getting a little
Now,
bit
a lot of people would put the pasta in the bolognese.
Yeah, I was going to ask you that. What do you do?
I prefer to have the pasta on the plate and then the bolognese on top.
So do I, that's what I would do.
That's what I do as well.
So you can freeze this as well. Just portion it up, let it cool completely, and then put it into your freezer for up to 4 weeks. Just make sure you've labelled it. And whenever you're defrosting it, just make sure it's fully defrosted in the fridge, and then reheat it on the stove, or you could reheat it in the microwave as well.
We could test the pasta by taking one strand.
I heard if it stuck to the splash pack.
Not ready.
Throw it at the wall.
Too al
If
dente.
it sticks. Oh, it's not ready. Didn't stick.
But I don't think it's al dente if that happens. Don't know if that's
Yeah,
like overcooked.
I think it's whenever the starch is released.
How's your thing?
Well, I tried to throw it at the wall and it didn't stick, so I'll try a different method and just eat it. Nah.
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 Too much of a bite.
Not ready for the pasta yet. Let us know how everybody's getting on if you're cooking along with us. Mine's looking pretty good. And you'll notice if you put all the vegetables in, how much they've broken down.
It's bulked it all out.
Yeah. So we only had a little bit of mince.
Yeah.
And I probably got enough for, I would say 4 or 5 portions at least. I didn't do all the spaghetti. What we're making next week, Greg, we're making burgers next week.
Oh wow, I love that. Are we making real burgers?
Well, they've got our the Penny Pit nutritional twist on them.
Yes.
Which is?
Turkey burgers. You'll be
Angus
pleasantly surprised.
They're really nice, and all the kids love these when we cook them in school cooking.
Yep.
They all love them, and we can have different flavours of burgers.
I've got that wrong. Turkey's very good for you, and minced turkey can make a good burger.
It
But
make
I
a good
prefer
bolognese.
beef.
Like
Just
Angus beef.
Well, do you know what? We could make
Why
the
don't
turkey
we
burgers,
eat?
Why
and
don't
you
we
could
have
just
beef?
make your beef burgers.
Yeah.
And I'll do a set of spices, and you could choose your own spices. 'Cause that's one thing.
Oh, I
that
can eat meat next week! Yes! Lent has finished! So,
What are we serving it with? Some sweet potato chips or something? Some healthy sweet potato chips?
yeah.
Sweet potato chips are easy to
It's
make.
like ready, steady, cook.
I wonder, is there like a nice relish or something we can make easily?
Oh,
or
I've got
like a
lots
nice-
of relishes.
If anybody has any requests or any recipes for relishes, and if they could either post them to us or just send us a little private message, we can add that into our recipe for next week.
Yep. One tip for a good relish for a burger, okay, is a little bowl, touch of olive oil, squeeze of lemon juice, tablespoon of mayonnaise, teaspoon of chili jam, touch of garlic, mix it all together, and you've got a lovely mayo relish.
Nice. I used to not really like burgers, but now I love them. And I like pickles with my burger. You know, the gherkins? Gherkins, is that what you call
Yeah,
them?
gherkins, yeah.
I like them. There's your
I
pasta
think
there.
we're getting there, I think.
They're ready.
Yeah, 2 minutes will be ready. God knows.
Very suspicious. Do you want me to...
And are we having cheese on the burger next week?
We can have cheese, yeah. I'm quite fussy about the cheese. I love... Is it applewood?
Uh-huh.
Have you had it?
Mhm.
Love applewood cheese. Is that what it's called?
Yeah.
Monterey Jack is good. I love things like that. Or you get a little wedge of cheese and make your burger around it.
You can, but if to be perfectly honest, see these little packs of cheese you get that are in the cellophane, like, what are they called?
The baby bell things.
No, like 10 slices in a pack and they're all individually wrapped.
Oh, it's like the American cheese.
Oh, it's great. Just take that off, put it on your burger and you're sorry.
Right guys, we're just gonna go and drain our pasta and we'll be right back. Right, we'll use pan it.
birthday, so hopefully we won't hear you, but we can join in and do a little. We've got a little surprise, a nice wee bottle of fizz.
It's Montenegro champagne.
Yes, so we can sing happy birthday when she comes back through. I think Carrie and Derek are doing a fantastic job with the cook along, and it's really engaging with lots of different people from around our local areas, but obviously nationally, and it gets some of Carrie's family, so high Northern Ireland, to see her as well. We're just saying it's Carrie's birthday tomorrow, so we're going to do a little happy birthday when she comes back through. So we'll just wait for her just now. That looks delish. I'm going to smell. Oh, that looks yummy as well.
Smells amazing, doesn't it? How's your yellow peppers looking, Derek? Can I be honest with you?
Yes.
Looks pretty decent.
It looks lovely.
It looks like
it smells lovely.
It smells delicious.
That smells lovely as well. That looks yummy. I'm going to turn that down a bit. Down to that. So Carrie's obviously taking her time because she knows something's
going on.
So here she is.
Hello.
Before she presents everything, we just want to say something to you. First of all, I'll say to everybody on camera that we're really grateful that you do this every week, because it's really important. We've heard lots of great positive feedback from the community, from organisations. So thank you so much for Derek, especially giving up your own time coming here. But we just want to say one thing to Carrie. 1, 2, 3.
Happy
birthday!
Oh,
Happy birthday, Carrie, for tomorrow. Enjoy your fizz.
Thanks,
from
guys.
everybody at the Penny Pit.
Champagne.
Cheers! Exactly, you deserve it.
Thanks, guys. Your Brussels there.
You can have it with your
Steph says happy birthday, Carrie, from
We've had
G.
loads of happy birthdays actually.
Lots of
Brooke, Cherie, all
Thanks,
saying happy
guys.
birthday.
Lynn. What's this?
Somebody's complimenting your burger idea, Derek.
Oh, they're like cheese slices. So Katie and Jay says happy birthday.
Oh, Anna, will you get some forks?
Yeah, sure.
Well, happy birthday, beautiful girl.
Oh, thank you. Thanks, everybody. Hopefully you enjoy your spaghetti bolognese. That's put me off now. This is mine and Derek's. Let us know how it tastes. We're going to get some forks so everyone can taste it.
Oh,
Britney
yummy.
will be able to taste it, will you?
Take a Derek.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Don't forget to send us in your photos. Thank you.
Oh,
Better than
Oh.
Gusto's, Derek. Better than
Oh.
Gusto's.
Can I have a wee
Very
picture
nice.
of both of yous?
very nice.
Lovely. Lovely jubbly. Derek, just a nice wee glass of red wine. Oh, happy birthday, Carrie from Dion.
Thanks, Dion. Thank you, everybody, for the birthday wishes.
And Kelly says happy
Are
birthday
you working in the morning? You're
from
free.
Cira. Is it Cira? Alright, say that right.
Sorry.
Happy birthday from Cira.
Delicious.
Sierra.
Is it that? Is that right?
No, it's Cira.
Cira.
Sorry.
It's alright.
Thank you, everyone. So don't forget to show us your photos if you joined in. Let us know if you've got any tips or tricks for the relish next week to go with our burgers. And thanks again from me and Derek and all of our team. And thank you for the birthday wishes, everyone. We'll see you next week.
Bye.
Bye, everybody.